Hey, this is Henry Chadwick, and you are listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus podcast.
You're the head on the spear, you're the nail on the cross, you're the fly in my beer, you're the key that got lost, you're the letter from Jesus on the bathroom wall, your mother superior with only a bra. You're the same, you're the same, you're the same kind of man as me. You're the same kind of man as me. I'm the hat on the bed, I'm the coffee instead. I'm the fish that could bait, I'm the detective of late. I'm the blood on the floor, the thunder and the roar. I'm the boat that won't sink, I just won't sleep a wink. You're the same kind of man as me. 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 No good, you say? Well, that's good enough for me.
That's good enough for me. You are listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. You are on the air officially. We've got Miss Katie Simone and Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini here. Katie, welcome back. How are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm good.
It seems like forever since I've seen you.
I know. It's been a while.
Been a long time since we rock and rolled, right?
It has a long, lonely time.
So the last time Katie was here, we ended up having a pretty good soiree afterwards.
Yes,
sitting and listening to a bunch of music and consuming.
I introduced you to Wesley Willis.
Yeah, Wesley Willis, and I
some great David Allan Coe material.
Yes, and I introduced you to John Volpe.
Yes, you did, and my life has not been the same.
I'm scarred. David Allan Coe, man. I looked that up. He's got dirty songs or something like that.
Yeah.
Volume 1 and Volume 2 or something.
Yes.
And they're literally
disgusting.
Yeah, it's like 11-year-old, just as you're starting to discover,
swear words
and stuff. It's like that. It's that kind of humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the only reason I ever got hip to David Allan Coe's really dirty stuff. My first boyfriend had a friend who had like a camp spot like out in the middle of nowhere, and he loved that record, so we'd go up there and get underage drunk and underage high and listen to and burn couches and listen to David Allan Coe's dirty records. And I mean, I grew up in a trailer park. I guess you can take the girl out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the girl. So
oh my, yeah, that's
how that happened.
Yeah. I actually saw John Volpe live.
Yeah.
And there was this singer that I was in a band with, I was really in love with, and she was a big John Volpe fan. It turned out some of the other guys in the band knew about John Volpe too, and so she converted me. And so eventually he came to Pittsburgh, and we went to what with the Funny Bone? Yeah, the Funny Bone.
The Funny Bone.
We went to the Funny Bone.
Is that place still around anymore?
And I'm not sure if it's down there. And I was down there in Station Square.
Yeah.
So, as you're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, Miss Katie Simone is my co-pilot these days, and my name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini. You can go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com for all your Loudini needs. Every Tuesday and Thursday are new interviews, and every Saturday there's a brand new music podcast with us two handsome folks here, where we play a lot of the bands that we're trying to get out there to you and let you hear about, including this band here. This is a band that I got to interview recently, Alex Band's Bad Business.
What an album cover.
The single that we're going to play here in a little bit is called Velocirapture, Clever Girl Remix. And you guys are going to like it. It's a lot of fun. These guys are really crazy. I tagged you. I don't know if you saw it. These guys do a little... They produced a 4 webisodes of a sitcom called Bad Business.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. And it's like The Office, except they're a rock band. Oh, it's really funny. It's absolutely hilarious. I highly recommend that you guys go to YouTube and check it out. I mean, it's really well filmed. Like, it looks like a TV show. I mean, it's short. Each episode's like 5-6 minutes, something like that. They're real short, but it's really funny. It's good stuff. So yeah, so that's going to be our sort of background music for this today's show is Alex Vann's Bad Business, Buy American Volume 1. You can check them out at alexvansmusic.com. So well, like I said, we're gonna play Velocirapture in a little bit here, but let me talk to you guys. Let me tell you guys about my wonderful sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live, pplmag.com, Pittsburgh's first internet radio, TV network, and online community magazine. It's also a business directory where you can get all kind of great articles and coupons and watch videos and listen to great audio podcasts like this one. If you are so inclined, you've got Wares to Peddle. It's a place where you can start your own magazine page and upload your own amazing content. So it's a great place. I mean, there's anything from health and fitness to business to finance to just, household stuff, any kind of tips you need. There's a lot of great information there. And we are the only rock and roll show there, so we're pretty proud of that. That's pplmag.com.
I have to say I'm very impressed with your pronunciation of the word coupon, because every Pittsburgher I know says coupon with it, like coupon, like Cupid. Am I saying it correctly?
I
think you are. I think that's how people who don't live in Pittsburgh pronounce it. So... Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Well, it's so funny we're talking about teaching voice, and I remember one of the first things my first vocal coach ever taught me. Like, I was singing With or Without You by U2, and Pittsburgh Hang Up, I was singing With or Without You, and she's like, no.
With or without yins.
With or without yins. I can't live with or without yins. But no, kudos for... pronouncing the word correctly.
That's probably the only word I pronounce correctly here. So, this will all degenerate very quickly, I promise.
The hell you say?
So, we're gonna go ahead and let's play an artist. We're gonna come up. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We've got This Day in Music. We got some birthday shout outs, and we had a cool interaction on Facebook this week regarding an article from Salon Magazine about millennials and why they hate Bruce Springsteen.
Damn millennials.
Yes. So this is very interesting, and a lot of different people weighed in. So some friends of ours. So we want to talk about that here in a couple minutes. But I think we're going to get started with with Henry Chadwick. I interviewed Henry a little while ago. He's a very cool guy. This is his latest single. It's called "All Right." Henry Chadwick on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Thoughts on repeat and played it
Okay. Henry Chadwick. That's a short little number, isn't it?
So,
Yeah, very brief, right to the point. Very cool, kind of neo 70s sort of sound.
That's right.
Yeah, like kind of got the cool Southern California kind of vibe. Henry is a great singer-songwriter. I got to talk to him. He's a cool dude, a lot of fun. You can go to henrychadwick.net to check out everything that Henry's got going on. So, tell me, Katie, seriously, like, you know, what's your sort of like overall vibe on the boss, Springsteen? Just say it. It's all good. Because, I mean, everybody has varying opinions on it.
I mean, I'm not going to knock Bruce or especially his band. I mean, they are some bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great players all around. Bruce is a really good songwriter. I mean, I'm not going to doubt that. But I don't know. I mean, a couple of his early albums, I think are okay. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to them.
Okay.
I kind of got a little bit of I don't know. I mean, he's not Van Morrison. I always got the vibe that he, you know, wanted to be Van Morrison or like, you know, just that kind of real epic, really, you know, blue-eyed soul singer. And it just seems a little contrived to me. That's always the vibe I got with Bruce. And then, you know, in the 80s, the whole working class thing. I mean, I always thought it was kind of ironic that the dude became a freaking multi-millionaire talking about being this blue-collar, you know, Jersey dude. I mean, like, come on. Who are you fooling?
Well, let me, I don't think he's trying to be Van Morrison or Blue-Eyed Soul. I think that he's more of, I mean, because he was discovered by John Hammond Sr., who also discovered Bob Dylan. And John Hammond was kind of looking for the next Dylan, okay, when he found Springsteen. And I think that you can draw some parallels.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just like the big epic songs.
And that is, but that is the sort of difference between Dylan and Springsteen, is he was epic. And what a lot of people don't realize is that Springsteen actually came out of, he actually was doing kind of almost progressive type stuff very, very early on. So he, you know, kind of morphed that into like a unique style. When I was very, very young, when I first heard Springsteen, I thought I didn't like it. It was a little bit later on, and you're going to laugh because it's the exact opposite of you. It was really when Born in the USA came out that I kind of went back and I listened to Born to Run and those older records, and I was like really floored. I thought I love the sort of visual stories, the pictures that he painted and everything. I think in terms of, you know, he's a, you know, multimillionaire guy, you know, writing about being a blue collar. I don't think he's writing about himself being a blue collar. I think he is writing as a character. That's his. It's just like Bowie being Ziggy Stardust. Except Springsteen is this, you know, that's just his character. I think what happens with Bruce is sometimes the two things get confused.
Well, I mean, with Bowie being Ziggy Stardust, I mean, that's something that's completely out of this world and is never going to happen.
Exactly. And I think with somebody like Springsteen portraying this blue-collar thing, you kind of get a point where it gets confusing. Well, is he a blue-collar guy? Isn't he? Like, really? What's he doing? And to kind of fast forward a little bit, I think that he is in danger if he hasn't already become kind of a caricature of himself. Now, because he's kind of doing the same sort of persona, and I really wish he would shut up about politics. Like I think that him, Sheryl Crow, Bono, Sting are as bad as Ted Nugent, except they're liberals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, they know just enough about politics to kind of like, you know, and then people that like rock will follow them without really paying attention or really thinking for themselves. I think that's kind of weird. And I get it. I get why people kind of like, and he does not have the young following that like a lot of bands who are older kind of do, like the Allman Brothers and the Grateful Dead brought in younger people, like constantly. They were constantly bringing the next generation, whereas Springsteen was, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a dwindling thing with his fan base. It is mostly older people. But you have to put Born in the USA in time and place. I mean, it was impossible to ignore.
Oh, I
mean, it was
only
like in
imagine.
84 or 83 when that came out. That and Purple Rain came out around the same time. And those two records were like neck and neck for like a year. Like, if Springsteen didn't have the number one song, Prince did. And if Prince didn't have another one song, Springsteen did. They were like, it was like the two biggest things that had ever happened. And it was, so there was this singer-songwriter, blue-collar kind of vibe that kind of got...
Oh, and how many other artists, broke around that same time, too, like, trying to do the same thing. I mean, was it, the Beaver Brown Band, and you had Southside Johnny, and even on a local level, we had Joe Gashecki.
Yeah. Well, and then in over just our neighbors there had Michael Stanley Band.
Michael Stanley, yep.
So that whole sort of vibe was kind of a phenomena. It was kind of like the Southern rock phenomena that happened. You know what I mean? So
the Latin craze of the late '90s.
Yeah, so that kind of came in that time and space. Also, Born in the USA has a lot of references to Vietnam, and what a lot of young people don't understand is Vietnam kind of became of age in the 80s. There was a lot of television shows on TV that the characters, their backstory was they had been in Vietnam and they were dealing with all this stuff. So it was kind of part of the zeitgeist of the time. Does it hold up? Quite frankly, if I was to go, like, I want to listen to a Springsteen album, it would not be Born in the USA, right? It would be Born to Run, maybe The Rising. I think that was a cool record, but Nebraska. Do you like that? I would think you would like Nebraska.
I mean, it's okay. Like I said, I never would go out of my way to listen to Bruce. I mean, again, it's nothing against him. I can see why people like him. Yeah. It's just not my cup of tea.
It doesn't hit me. It doesn't reach you.
I mean, if I want to listen to a singer-songwriter, I'm going to listen to Dylan, or I'm going to listen to, I'd rather listen to Steve Earle.
I knew you were going to say Steve Earle. I was thinking about Steve Earle today. I was watching, I got Amazon Prime, and I was watching True Blood, and one of the episodes ends they play Steve Earle song. But
which song?
I don't remember right offhand. So I'd like to thank the people that chimed in on our Facebook post. Jake Workmeister, Katie, Sherry Richards. She called Bruce Dad Rock. That's pretty funny.
I mean, Dad Rock can encompass a lot of things, but yeah, I would throw Bruce in with Dad Rock. Although my dad hates Bruce too. Maybe that's where I got it from.
Yeah, maybe.
So I got my nah on Bruce and my love of Steely Dan.
When I was in high school, I preferred before I got caught up in Born in the USA thing, I actually preferred Bob Seger.
I think Bob Seger's a better vocalist.
I mean, he's more soulful.
He's more soulful.
He's more like a soulful artist. Michael Goltz was like, last I checked, the SHIT that millennials listen to doesn't even qualify as music. Thus, their opinion of the boss is irrelevant.
I'm a millennial, and come check out my record collection.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a second, because what I want people to understand about Katie, Miss Katie Simone here, is Katie likes great music, and you like artists from that era. You like a lot of 70s and 80s and 60s, artists and stuff like that. So you're not coming from a place of, well, that's old and you know what I mean. So you're not the typical millennial, my friend. I hate to tell you that.
Darn. No, thank you.
But Adam Thomas chimed in, and he also posted a version of Thunder Road by the Counting Crows, which is very cool. I don't have time to play that right now. It's like epic. It's very long, but they mix their song Rain King with Thunder Road, and it's really cool. They really go together. Rick Verana chimed in with some good memories about Born to Run. He really liked Bruce during that period, and I would have to agree. So Jeff Mazzy, I've been so tired of him. The first 4 records are the best. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff never is. Jeff is never at a loss for words.
Yeah, he doesn't mince words.
He's got something to say. He just posted. So, thank you, Rick Verana, Adam Thomas, Michael Goltz, Sherry Richards, Jake Workmeister.
Jake has the best comment of all. Huh?
Yeah, huh? He's completely. Well, Jake's a sax player, right?
He is.
Well, he's probably loves Bruce because of Clarence Clemens.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's one of the most iconic sax players.
And Clarence was a badass.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I mean, there's no doubting that. Like I said, Bruce and his whole band, like I said, especially the band, I mean,
yeah.
bow down.
And he's a 65-year-old guy who had a top had a number one song about 5 years ago. So I mean, you know, you got to give
And
the
he
devil
still
his
looks
due.
pretty good.
Yeah, he's taking good care of himself. But in any case, so, you know, if you guys want to go, you can go to salon.com and just search Bruce Springsteen. It'll come right up. But that's the article. And if you want to, just follow us. If you follow us on Facebook, you get to be a part of this and you get to hear your name mentioned on the big radio. So, but thanks to everybody for chiming in on that. You can go to Salon Magazine, and we'll have the link in the notes. We're just cruising along here with this cool band. This little track called Bored to Death.
So for the first time in your life, we got you tuned into our station. Go on and grab a spot in line.
Cool. Yeah, it's Alex Vann's Bad Business by American. You know what? We're going to just go ahead and play just one rocked out track. But this is their song Veloci. Let me turn that down because you probably can't even hear me talking. This is the sort of single. It's called Velocirapture. Not Velociraptor, Velocirapture. Alex Vann's by American Volume 1 on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
There's enough in my bloodstream to last through the day. Yeah, I don't need any morphine. I just fall on my knees and pray. I feel the temperature rising, but it sounds just a part of the plan. Yeah, just keep on denying. Yeah, we're drawing our lines in the sand. Yeah, we're drawing our lines in the sand. Believe in the rapture. Believe in the raptor, baby. There ain't no money to buy food, and it brings back his only son. I don't believe in tomorrow. I just wait for the judgment to come. I just wait for the judgment to come. Believe in the rapture. Believe in the raptor. It's your disease. It's your Yes, I had my facts on. I assume that the bomb's gonna fall. Unless there's nobody up there's nobody to die for after all. Nobody to die for after all. Believe in the rapture. Believe in the raptor. It's your disease. Believe in the rapture. Believe in the raptor. It's my disease. It's my
All right. Good rock and roll from Alex Vann's and Alex Vann's Bad Business. Their album is By American Volume 1, a little EP of 5 little rock and roll songs I think you guys are going to really enjoy. And, I just want to say one more thing about our conversation about Bruce Springsteen. I am typically... I'm one of those people that like a lot of stuff that like a lot of people think is cheesy or crap.
It's okay. I was listening to Kenny Loggins on my way home from a gig the other night, so not judging.
But I mean, I like movies and stuff that like a lot of people think suck and everything. Kevin and I went to see the Independence Day sequel, and everybody gave it terrible reviews. I liked it. So there you are. So you might want to take my opinion with a grain of salt when it comes to stuff like that. So anyways, let's get into some cool stuff happened this day in music. Some cool stuff happened. Yes. Cool stuff happened this day in music. Now, typically I would be organized and I would have the thing right up in front of me, but
well, in your defense, you really don't have as many tabs open as you usually do, so that's a start.
It is a start, but like I have to have more tabs,
all of the tabs,
more tabs.
That was scary. Can you please never do that again?
Oh, come on, work. There you are. Search that biatch. There we are. Okay. Yes. Oh, this was a good day. Let me tell you why, Miss Katie Simone. This was such an awesome day.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but
this is why. On this day in 1956, Elvis recorded Hound Dog at RCA Studios in New York. Take 31 being the version they've released. 31 takes!
I would be done with that song by like the sixth take. I'd be like, no, I don't want to record this anymore.
It was funny because I was talking to Alex Vans this week, and he was talking about this video series that they did, and they says the director like made them do like take after take after take after take, and he said like he likes working with a producer like that in the studio who makes them do like vocal take after vocal take because he knows that it's going to be really slamming once it all comes together. So sometimes that's what it takes, but this day in 56, the king, not the boss. I mean,
get it right.
The boss. The King released recorded Hound Dog. Now this day in 62, Jimi Hendrix was honorably discharged from the 101st Airborne. You want to take one, Miss Katie Simone?
Oh, let's see.
How about we talk about this right here? Let's talk about this right here.
Oh, that's what you're pointing at. Okay.
Now we have. Wait a minute.
Strangers in the night, exchanging.
All I remember is the Chevy Chase singing some version of this in Fletch with a bunch of dirty words. But so we had the boss, the king, and now we've got the chairman of the board. Go ahead.
Okay, 1966, Frank Sinatra went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with Strangers in the Night. The song was taken from the film A Man Could Get Killed.
Oh my.
Ooh, in 1969, Thunderclap Newman started a 3-week run at number 1 on the UK singles chart with the Pete Townsend produced track Something in the Air.
I think that is such a great song.
I love that
I have
song.
to hear it. I forgot to put it in the
I think it's one word, Thunderclap.
You think it's one word? I forgot to put it in my playlist here for today, but
I love that song.
Isn't it such a cool song?
It is a great song.
There we are.
Petty did a cool version of it too.
Yeah, Tom Petty does a cool version of it.
I think it was on I can't remember what album. I think it was like an exclusive track on his greatest hits.
Now, was this a one-hit wonder?
I think so. I don't think he had anything else that was ever anything very, that did much of anything on the charts at least.
Yeah, it's. I remember this song. It's in. Almost Famous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cool song. In this day in '69, working on tracks for Abbey Road album, Paul McCartney recorded Her Majesty. Then Paul, George, and Ringo recorded 15 takes of Golden Slumbers Carry That Weight. 15 takes. Again, with the epic takes. Bassist Noel Redding and drummer Mitch Mitchell quit the Jimi Hendrix Experience. After completing a 3-day Denver pop festival, Hendrix and drummer Mitch Mitchell would later team with bassist Billy Cox to film the short-lived Gypsy Sun Rainbows. And I believe we have a Billy Cox thing here. I'm just jumping. I'm like a Mexican jumping bean. But I like this. Do you like this?
I love this song. I love Buddy Miles.
He has a good voice too.
Oh yeah, great singer.
Good stuff.
I'm a huge Buddy Miles fan. I've got like maybe 5 or 6 of his records. Just I love his singing. I mean, great drummer, but more than anything, I love.
Have you ever heard his version of
Dreams?
Yeah,
it's the best version.
Isn't
and Molly
it?
Hatchet blatantly ripped it off.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Molly Hatchet, take a seat.
No, Molly Hatchet.
Take several.
No. Also,
these guys got
these
stars.
guys were also did something this day.
Oh, did they now?
Oh, they did something.
Oh, so what did they do?
They did something so awesome. You're not even gonna be able to stand it when you see what it is. You're gonna just go crazy out of your mind.
I mean, anything they did was awesome because one of the greatest bands ever.
I'm just like all over the place with my notes today. I have no idea where Queen appeared at Surrey College, England. It was the group's first gig with a lineup of Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon. So this was 1971. So this was the introduction of Queen. Also, something got introduced on this day. Sony introduced
the Walkman. Yep,
yes.
In 1979, the first portable audio cassette player. Wow.
On this day in 1980, Bob Weir and Mickey Hart from the Grateful Dead were arrested on suspicion of starting a riot at the San Diego Sports Arena after they tried to interfere with a drug bust.
Shocker.
These guys, drugs, no.
Nah.
Nikki Heaton of The Clash was remanded on bail, charged with stealing a bus stop. Oh, you know, you guys.
Punks.
Those punks. But I love this band, don't you?
I do. Yeah, one
okay,
of my
all
favorite
right,
bands.
yeah.
I love The Clash.
All right, go Clash.
One of my most prized possessions is I own a white label pressing of their first album.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Michael
Jackson became the first artist to have 5 #1 singles from one album when Dirty Diana went to the top of the U.S. charts. The 4 other chart toppers from the LP Bad were the track I Just Can't Stop Loving You, The Way You Make Me Feel, and Man in the Mirror. It was from 1988.
A great album.
In 1991, Axl Rose caused a riot to break out during a Guns N' Roses gig after leaping into the crowd to remove a camera from a fan at the River Point Amphitheater, Maryland. Yeah.
And now he's just trying to get all of his unflattering pictures taken off the internet. Go, Axl.
You know what, though, man? You know, age happens. And I think that he sounds good. And I've heard his AC/DC stuff, and I'm sorry. I think it sounds great.
No, I mean, he's doing it. He's killing it. He sounds better than he did a long time ago.
I agree with you. You know, I definitely agree with you.
He's shaped up.
You want to, you know this song?
Oh, Unchained Melody?
Yeah.
So in 2007, lyricist Hy Zaret, who wrote the words for the song Unchained Melody,
Go ahead.
Took it away from me. He died at his home in Westport, Connecticut, age 99. Wow. Jeez, oh man.
We were just talking about age.
So the song doesn't feature the word unchained, nor the word melody, might I add. It's been recorded over 300 times.
Wow.
What's your favorite version of Unchained Melody?
Probably just the original. Do you have
Original.
Yeah.
The original, I mean, obviously is amazing, but have you ever heard Hart do it?
No, I have
Hart
not.
recorded it. It was, I think, in like the late 70s, and I mean, Ann Wilson just anything. She could sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider, and it would be just it would be ridiculous.
We have played when Kevin was with us. We had played her version of the Immigrant Song.
Yeah,
that's that. Yeah, she does a great version of that. We have just a few birthday shout outs that just like to maybe hit real quick. Let's see it. Let's just hit the. Speaking of more Bruce Springsteen, if you can stand it, Roy Battan, who played piano and organ and accordion with Springsteen's band, was born on this day in 1949. But he also worked with Jackson Browne, Dire Straits, Peter Gabriel, and Meatloaf, Stevie Nicks, and Bob Seger. It's Bob Seger, but at Pittsburgh said Bob Seger. Seger. Right? Can you guys do some Seger?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Roy Battan from like somewhere near Pittsburgh, like Youngstown or something?
He could be.
That? I thought so.
He could be. He could be one of them kind of guys.
Oh, my girl. 1955, born on this day, Jerry Hall, U.S. model and actress, married Rolling Stones Mick Jagger in 1990.
Now I
love Jerry Hall.
I know too. I think she was a very
She's
nice
so
young
cool.
lady. I thought that there was something else in the notes about Jerry Hall. Let me take a quick step back. Maybe next week's. Oh my goodness. So who? Oh man. Paul. Happy birthday to Paul Geary, the drummer for Extreme. And we just have a couple here. Rocky Gray, drummer for Evanescence, was born on this day. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so that's pretty much it. Not too much going on this day. Let's. I do want to play one more artist. This is Ed Roman. I've interviewed Ed twice. Ed's the first artist where I interviewed him on a record, and then his next record came out, and I got to interview him on his next record. So his new record is an anagram. You know what an anagram is?
Isn't that when the letters stand for something?
Well, it's when you reverse the letters around and you create a different word. So his
how stupid
that's okay.
It's got something to do with the letters.
Got to change some letters in there. But his name is Ed Roman. His album is called Red Omen. Clever, No, we get out of time.
Get out of time.
Okay,
That's too much.
This is a great song. This is called I Am Love. Ed Roman on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Check this out.
Any other human being who's cruciform control, no longer in search of meaning, I'll utilize my soul to be a messenger, to be a radical, to be love. Be a messenger, be a radical, be love. Falling from the matrix, why is what can set you free. And if you look behind the curtain and then into the mirror, then I think you'll see. Be a messenger, be a radical, be love. Be a messenger, be a radical, be love, be love, be love. But I only hope that blood, sweat,
catches up with us all. The scars that you get each day make you stronger somehow in some way. Look for your own truth in your heart when it's bold. You know, it may seem like a coda, but I learned it from my Baba. It's not what you believe, it's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you doing now? In a fraction of an inch, and loving all is one is supposed to be a cinch. Be a messenger, be a radical, be love, be a messenger, be a radical.
The irrepressible Ed Roman. Ed, if you really you want to hear a very entertaining interview, go way back and listen to my first interview with him. There's a new interview coming out with him soon, and he is just like, he can talk forever on any subject. He's a very intelligent guy. He's got a lot of thoughts and a lot of opinions. He's got a great spirit. He's just a ball of freaking energy. Just a really cool guy. So I want you guys to go check him out. That's let me give you his website real quick. That is, I believe it is Ed Roman. Yeah, edroman.net, just like it sounds, Ed Roman. His new album is called Red Omen, and it's available everywhere. You can go check it out. It's a very diverse styles of music all over. A lot of stuff influenced by Jamaican music. He is partnered with one of the former members of the Wailers in a charity effort. They go around and it's like a traveling music school. Nice. And they bring a bus and they bring guitars and they work with young people and yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he does some very cool stuff. They got like a lot of humanitarian stuff going on. He's a deeply spiritual guy, really fun, funny. Just a great spirit. So the world is a better place for Ed Roman. So check him out, edroman.net. Thank you, Henry Chadwick, who opened us up, henrychadwick.net. Great singer-songwriter. And our featured artist, Alex Vans. You can go to Alex Vans Music. And that album is Buy American Volume 1. It's a lot of fun. It's a good rock and roll record. And make sure that you find their YouTube channel, Bad Business. You'll have a good time with it. So, Katie, it's 4th of July weekend. What do you got going on?
Oh, man. Well, I just got done with a 2-in-a-row gig with my 80s band, so I'm off tonight. This is Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. One day bleeds into another.
I swear to God. Yeah, so I'm off tonight, but tomorrow I am with Dancing Queen at JB's Roadside Bar and Grill in Tarentum for a little pre-4th of July disco party.
Sounds like a... Are you doing anything, because the Deutschtown Music Festival is coming up, are you guys doing anything with that, or?
No, I'm not. I submitted my originals, and I guess they didn't like me, so...
Well, we're going to have to give them a talking to.
Yeah.
Because Super Monkey we're playing Deutschtown, we're playing on the 9th, we're playing at the... and this is an actual venue. I thought somebody was lying to me when they told me the name of the venue. It's the Young... The Young Republicans Club. That's what it's called, the Young Republicans Club.
Shut up! No.
Yeah, but it's an actual. It was the Young Republicans Club, but somebody bought it and made it into a music venue. And us and the Dirty Charms and Brett Staggs and a bunch of those bunch of us bands are going to be in there. So that's on the 9th. So check that out. Find it if you want. Go ahead and give your your website there where people can catch up with what you're doing.
It's www.katiesimonemusic.com.
katiesimonemusic.com. Loudini is our website for the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Go there. If you just give us your name and email address, you'll never miss an episode. You get everything sent right to you, and then you can pick and choose, what artists interest you and what don't. So you don't have to keep checking back at the website. You don't want to miss anything. Also, you get access to a lot of bonus material, and some of the stuff is real gold. Some of the bonus stuff is where the real crazy stuff happens on the podcast.
Wait a minute, you didn't bug the living room last week whenever I was drinking and just confessing all kinds of really messed up stuff, right?
It's all down. It's all recorded.
Damn it.
But a lot of that stuff with some of these artists is where I get them to tell their crazy stories from the road and stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And if you really, and I know you do. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, you aren't listening. You know that this music isn't getting promoted on corporate radio. I mean, it's That's why you tune into the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus and you listen to other podcasters like us because, there's a lot of great music out there and you want to hear it and you don't know where to find it, okay? So I encourage you to get involved with us at supportindierock.com. You can go there. You can help us out and help us spread the good news about this great music. And I would like to thank, I've almost forgotten, our very first Patreon patron, Jack Rao. Thank you so much for getting for your support. We really appreciate it. And Jack joined, and we're just absolutely delighted. I was practically dancing in the streets when I saw that. So thank you very much. SupportIndieRock.com, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com, and one more shout out to my sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine, PPLMag.com, and please go patronize these people. They've been big supporters of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus from the beginning. In fact, they wouldn't be doing a podcast if it wasn't for the owner of that site, Joanne Quinn Smith, who kicked me in the butt for about a year until I actually said, okay, I'll do a podcast. Okay, fine, I'll do a podcast.
Is that exactly how you say it?
Okay, I'll do podcast. Stop picking on me. You listen to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Guys, thanks so much. Katie, any parting shots?
Yeah. Here's to... oh, wait. All the shots I know are inappropriate, so I'm not going to tell any of them.
Cheers, folks.
Saloon.
We'll see you on the next podcast.
Woo!
I'm the one with the gun, most likely to